Hello, Roger Vanderhye. Used to be at Spring Hill for 13 years with Janie. And what I'd like to say is, first of all, I'd like to thank Dr. Garza, Dr. Lockhart, and Mark Greenfelder, because they gave me permission. When they asked me to take on this role, the idea was this can't be drill and kill. This can't be the sage on the stage. This can't be the same old thing that we've always done before. Unless we're going to do the Portrait of a Graduate, the middle years program, the idea of good teaching for every child, I can't take this on. And they gave me permission to do those things. And I know that that's why this school has improved. For many, many years, the school struggled. I almost had no turnover from the first year I was there. It was virtually no teacher turnover. So the only thing that was different, really, we had a few people come and go, and believe me, I'd love to take the accolades for it, but it's not me. It's everybody together, and with my bosses giving me permission, Roger, you got to go for it. And that was the biggest thing. Of course, the instructional coaches. I have two instructional coaches. I pay for one out of our own funds because Mr. Greenfelder took one away. To give to somebody else.
Now, Roger, I don't know that you mentioned where you are the principal.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm
at Whitman Middle School. I apologize. This is my 39th year. I've been a principal for 32 years on 5 continents. I've been some of the poorest schools with 100% poverty in Arizona and in Colorado. What I constantly tell my teachers, and I just beseech everybody who's maybe never been in another school system, we are so lucky here. I cannot say enough great things about instructional services. Without them, without Mark, without somebody, without getting the permission, we couldn't have done what we have done in 1 year. And when Greenfelder came and told us that we had made it, am I telling you the truth? Half of the room, they broke into tears. Many of the teachers felt like they had a PTSD. They felt put upon. They felt like something was wrong with them. And they said, as one teacher said who's been there 27 years, I guess now I don't suck. That is what she told me. So I want to thank these two especially for giving us permission to teach the way that we know all kids should learn. And if we're ever going to close those achievement gaps, which just drive me crazy, we've got to teach them in a way that all of the kids can show that they can make it. If we have this thing, well, gee, because you're an English language learner, or because you're a little behind, or because you're a special ed kid, or because you're a little boy who can't read like everybody else, we're going to drill and kill you to death. Well, no wonder they hate school. No wonder they don't get into algebra until 9th grade, because they're not successful. But with Portrait of a Graduate ideals, with the middle years program ideals, using that, everybody can be successful. Everybody knows how to think. Because you are, and many of our children, I hate to say it, that come into Whitman, they're 3 years behind grade level in reading, oftentimes 2 years behind in mathematics. Plus, don't forget we have an 8th grade writing test. So all of those poor middle schools that are still on that list, that writing test is a killer, because we don't teach writing like we used to. We don't teach grammar like we used to in the elementary schools. And Janie and I have had this conversation many, many times. We don't diagram sentences much anymore. So it was just pulling together and being given permission that, you know what, we're going to go for this, and we're going to go big, and we're going to all pull together. And I just can't tell you how proud I am, not only of the staff, which was fantastic, but instructional services, HR, and obviously all the support we received from the superintendency was second to none. And we really have to celebrate that, because we are a phenomenal school district.